tidings, ladies and gentlemen of the Lodge, and welcome back. Today we've got another Kingdom Hearts video for you today, this one focusing on Namine and whether or not she has the potential to bring Sora home. Of course, bringing Sora home is bound to be one of the main focuses of the Lost Masters arc. As a matter of fact, we've even seen it as a main focus in Remind and Melody of Memory. So, with that in mind, we can expect to see a lot of the supporting cast being focused on this task, even though Riku has made his way over to Quadratum. There are a few plotlines that are compatible with this outcome, as well as some things that may be pointing us in that direction. So I suppose to make myself clear, today's video is a little bit more of speculation as opposed to a theory. However, I'm hoping with this speculation and everything that I lay out that it gets all of your brains going and that you share your thoughts with me in the comments below. However, without further ado, let's dive on into Namine and see if she has the potential to assist the Guardians in bringing Sora home. Let's start by talking about what I would refer to as the Thank Namine subplot. As we know, Sora has made it a point to thank Namine ever since Chain of Memories, but here we are all these years later, and he still hasn't even gotten the chance to. Now, with that said, Sora and Namine have interacted numerous times, but Sora won't settle for anything less than being face to face with Namine to give her the thank you she deserves.
Hey, Riku?
Yeah?
I wanted to thank Namine, but I couldn't bring myself to say it. Not until everything was back to the way it was before.
Now, why do I bring this up? Not only is it a lingering plotline that's yet to be resolved, but it was heavily reinforced in Kingdom Hearts 3 upon Sora and Namine's confrontation with one another in the final world. In fact, Sora even makes a point to bring it up twice.
Namine, I know that I'm supposed to thank you. The date escape doesn't count. I need to say the words myself. Thanks, Namine. Oh, that's not the official thank you.
So with that said, and all of that laid out, we can see that they are building towards a thank Namine conclusion where Sora finally gets the chance to thank Namine for all she's done. However, it's worth noting that Sora made a point to thank Namine only after she did everything in Chain of Memories. Now pile on top of everything she did in Kingdom Hearts 3 and Remind, he has more of a reason to thank her for all she's done, and I'm willing to bet that that's going to continue. So seeing as the series is building towards a conclusion to this thank Namine plotline, I have reason to believe that Namine is not done helping Sora just yet, and then by assisting in whatever way she can to bring Sora home, she will finally get that thank you she deserves. The next point I would like to bring up actually discusses a little bit of Sora and Namine's history together. As we know, Namine played the key role in restoring Sora's memories and waking him up in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, we are yet to see what kind of circumstances Sora gets himself in Kingdom Hearts 4, but as we know, Sora in a lot of ways needs to be repaired and rebuilt more often than not. I mean, the devs have to find an excuse to reset him to level 1 every time he boots up a new adventure, so I'd be willing to bet that part of bringing Sora home may have something to do with his memory. Again, we don't know what happened to Sora in those 7 days he was asleep. Maybe he lost his memory and needs Namine to rebuild him. Who knows? Maybe in order to cross him back over from the world of fiction to reality, it's going to require someone like Namine to keep his memories intact. Either way, we see how memories are such a key part of the individuality of every character in this series, so I'd be willing to bet that some part of bringing Sora home is going to require either the restoration of those memories or the preservation of them upon transferring him from side to side. Again, I don't know any of that for sure, that is just purely speculation, but again, given the pattern that Sora goes through every time he starts an adventure, a circumstance like that certainly is possible. Seeing as Namine has been tasked with restoring Sora before, I have every reason to believe that she very well may be used in a similar fashion again in the future. The last point that I would bring up is actually going to rope in our boy Riku. As we know, Riku has been tasked with going to Quadratum to rescue Sora, and at the end of Melody of Memory, he's well on his way. Seeing as Riku has been primarily tasked with bringing Sora home, this again draws my attention to Namine. As we know, there is a strong bond between Riku and Namine, reinforced by the entire Repliku plotline, both in Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 3. Seeing as these two characters have a history together, and seeing them link up in the Kingdom Hearts 3 end scene, I have every reason to believe that Riku and Namine very well may be working together to try and help bring Sora home. Again, we have to consider the extents of Namine's powers here. Don't forget what she was able to do with Terra and Lingering Will in Kingdom Hearts 3, as we learned in Remind. In fact, it was her ability to communicate with him and communicate with his emotions that allowed Lingering Will to be summoned into the Keyblade Graveyard. This shows Namine has a way of communicating with characters so long as she has the memories at hand. And, if we recall what Aerith said in the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC,
"But if we still remember him, then he must still be with us."
Everyone still has their memories of Sora, and even though Sora's voice can't reach us from the other side, I'd be willing to bet that there's a chance that Namine very well may be able to communicate with him, or, at the very least, have access to his memories. Again, just to make it clear here before we wrap up, this is more speculation than it is theory. However, I can't help but shake that Namine is going to have an important role to play in the future. They would not have left the Thank Namine plotline lingering and reinforced the fact it's incomplete in Kingdom Hearts 3 if they didn't have big plans for it in the future. But either way, I want to know what all of you think. Please drop into the comments below and let me know if you think Namine will play a role in bringing Sora home, or perhaps you see her playing into the series in a different way. But be sure to let me know. All you sickos and normies, all you ladies and gentlemen, you all be good out there, be good to yourselves and each other, and I will see all of you beautiful sickos and normies next time.